Yeah, you read the title, you saw the thumbnail, you know what's about to go down. MHA released a new final episode, and this was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's been any show in the history of anime or TV shows that's decided to release an episode after an ending of a show. Like, the ending was done. They just decided to add this as a cherry on top. But in all seriousness, there were quite a few things which I didn't like about it, and there were some things I did like about it. So today we're going to talk about that. Now, I did actually release a short about this on Christmas Day, and it was the same very short that got me to 1k subscribers. So, you know, a nice little Christmas gift for me. But in that short, I addressed how I was kind of mad how Deku became a teacher instead of a hero, like he always dreamed about. And in this episode, it kind of showed me a truth about Deku that I hadn't really thought of before. And it's the simple fact that he just likes helping people. And being a hero and a teacher, kind of like Aizawa, is something he was always looking forward to anyways. So him being a teacher was probably what was going to happen, regardless of him losing One for All. Now, from what fans and I've been saying, the criticisms about this episode are: 1, it feels way too short. This chapter has been waited for years to be adapted. Chapter 431. Having one episode is fine, I guess, but considering no one was really expecting it. They just kind of announced it and then they did it. But if they're gonna go ahead and do that and leave all of those expectations on the table, they might as well add a little more to what they already have, if you know what I mean. You know what else you could add more to that you don't have? A nice smell, you flipping weeb. Now listen, one thing about me, I need to smell great at all times. I'm trying to walk into a room and have people thinking, yeah, he smells like a man who has it all together. I wish I had what he had. And that's why I'm proud to pronounce DOSSIER as my first ever sponsor. Yeah, can I get some applause please? Thank you very much. They were kind enough to send me 4 perfumes which all smell amazing, especially the Lost Americana, which was actually made by MGK. The more you know, am I right? They also sent me floral marshmallow and ambery saffron, as well as aromatic pineapple. And in terms of a sweet smell, floral marshmallow is definitely the best one. I think it's actually one of their best sellers, and I got it from my mom and she was in love with it. In terms of notes, floral marshmallow has, well, marshmallow, neroli, bergamot, orange blossom, honeysuckle, jasmine, vanilla, amber, basically stuff to make it smell sweet, soft, floral, and creamy. And in terms of the Lost Americana, it's got incense, almond, cinnamon, myrrh, and a whole lot of more stuff that give it a smoky, spicy, warm, cozy, and kind of dark vibe to it, which is unisex but definitely leaning more towards the men's side. And the best part is that DOSSIER is now officially available at Boots, so if you live in the UK, you can drive to Boots and get yourself one of their new perfumes, which I'm going to list right now. If not, there's a link down below where you can get all of their perfumes, and there's a wide variety. The best thing about it is they're inspired by luxury scents without the terrifying luxury prices. So if you want to start upgrading your fragrance game without spending your entire life savings, definitely check out DOSSIER, whether it's at Boots or their website. Thank you for your attention, and now back to the video. Another concern is that we kind of wanted to see the interactions between the characters a bit more, like exploring the different characters and how they grew up and those relationships. Don't get me wrong, Deku and Uraraka has been a long time coming, but you know, explore some of the other characters, like what does it feel like for Bakugo, who no longer has a rival and somehow fell from the 3rd best hero to number 11? Or maybe Todoroki and his journey to self-acceptance and his family's acceptance. Or maybe Mineta, someone who's not really been a character that's taken seriously, but how's he holding up after all these years? And another thing I'm gonna circle back to is a bit of confusion on Deku's ending. Like, is his ending beautiful or is it kind of sad? And maybe that's like the whole message that Horikoshi wanted to get across. I mean, he spent his whole life destroying his own body just to save people, and by the end of the story, he finally gets something that he was fighting for this entire time. Peace. No war, no pressure, just a chance to exist like a normal person. And emotionally, I guess that makes sense, and it's actually pretty sweet. But this is also the same guy who we watched cry, bleed, break his bones, and damn near sacrifice everything for a straight decade. And for some fans, this ending feels like Deku achieved his dream, but for others it feels like Deku gave up on that dream. And that's the split that I'm currently experiencing. I mean, he can be a hero and a teacher, I guess, but the question is, how good of a hero or how good of a teacher will he be? And the more important question, is this what he really wanted, or is it just the cards he's been dealt? Now, when there's bad, there's definitely always good. Because the critics seem to agree that the atmosphere of this episode was pretty emotional, and I have to agree. Seeing some older versions of the characters was really cool, like I said, and the nostalgia factor definitely carried hard. What worked for a lot of people in this new bonus plus episode was mainly the emotional closure that it provided, rather than huge plot developments, because realistically, what are they going to do with one extra episode? The biggest things that I love to see is the togetherness that Class 1A had. That whole reunion just felt like I was a part of it, and staying connected after so many years was just amazing. The animation and music during so many emotional scenes was really uplifting, and it kind of reminded me why I loved MHA in the first place. Just the togetherness, the unity of Class 1A, everything they've been through, and the fact that they've all remained friends, it just makes me feel happy. And a lot of fans like that we slowed things down, you know. The finale was quiet, violent, quiet. A lot was happening, and instead of trying to force another giant battle, they decided to slow it down with a calm atmosphere that really just hit different. This episode really signified growth. Early My Hero Academia, I'm talking about season 1 and 2, it was all about kids dreaming about becoming heroes. This plus episode feels like young adults trying to figure out what heroism actually costs them and how they're going about their lives while being heroes. And that contrast, it lands pretty well, because it feels like we've gone on this entire journey with them. All in all though, it seemed like a great episode, and I just wish there was more. I'm pretty sure that's like my biggest criticism, and Deku and Uraraka are definitely gonna get up to some things. But you know, with all that being said, this was me, Shahir, signing off for now. Make sure you like, subscribe, all of that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.